Nebraska.
Mr. President, I rise today to remember another of Nebraska's fallen heroes. These young men and women have given their lives defending our freedom in Iraq and Afghanistan. They all have different stories. Their families all have the same request: remember the sacrifice. By telling the stories of these heroes here on the Senate floor, we honor the request of these Gold Star families. Today, I honor the life and service of William Bill Bailey of Bellevue, Nebraska. Now, the name William comes from Old German. It means determined protector, and Bill Bailey lived up to his name. His mother, Margaret, says he was a born protector. When Bill was very young, he lost his father to a car accident. Margaret recalls how Bill embraced his younger sister, Jessie, just after her birth. And the word came to her at once: protective. As he grew, Bill naturally looked to protect those outside his family, too. Ron Budwig was matched with Bill through the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Ron recalls a simple but profound example of Bill looking out for Ron's family. Ron's mother was running late to one of the program's activities, and meanwhile, the parking lot was filling up. Bill went and stood in a parking space, keeping it open until Ron's mother could come. It was a simple act, but it said a lot. Bill attended Bellevue East, where the call to protect his country prompted him to enlist in the Nebraska Army National Guard in 1995. After graduating from high school in 1996, he served out his enlistment with distinction. A few years later, in December 2000, Bill met Deanna, whom everyone calls Dee. She was a bank teller at Wells Fargo, and he drove an armored truck. They met through a service window. Now, Bill had left the service in 2001 when his enlistment ended. After 9/11, he felt the call to serve his country again. But first things first, Bill and Dee married in 2004. Dee's children, Cody and Michaela, they took immediately to Bill and his children, Caitlin and Billy. Logan soon followed. As you can expect, Bill's protective nature made him a great father. It also made him a great firefighter. Extending his protection beyond his family, once again, he joined the Bellevue Volunteer Fire Department, and he was a natural fit. Whether there or working as a life flight dispatcher, Bill worked to keep Bellevue safe. But that deep desire to serve his country continued to tug at him. In 2005, Bill re-enlisted in the Nebraska Army National Guard. Originally assigned to the 600th Transportation Company, he transferred to the 755th Chemical Company. Why the transfer? Because he learned the 755th would soon deploy. And in late 2006, it did. And Bill Bailey went with it. The 755th Chemical Company was assigned to provide security escorts for truck convoys operating out of the Balad Air Base in Iraq. Iraq at this time was increasingly unstable. It was dangerous, but Bill's good nature made it bearable. Sergeant Timothy Osaki remembers Specialist Bill Bailey fondly. When I became his team leader, I thought I had struck the jackpot. By 2007, the insurgency in Iraq had erupted to new levels of violence. Increased American forces sought to seek out and destroy the al-Qaeda network, and casualties ran high. Despite the high operations tempo, Bill and Dee communicated almost every day through phone calls or text. On May 24th, they were able to talk by phone. In typical fashion, Bill mentioned he was excited to finish his Dole Watch tower duty and start a new security escort mission the next day. Bill was also excited for his upcoming leave in June, when the Bailey family planned to celebrate Bill's birthday. The next day, May 25, 2007, Bill took part in that security escort mission. During it, his vehicle struck an improvised explosive device. 3 Nebraska Army National Guard soldiers were wounded, and Bill Bailey was killed. More than 1,000 people gathered in Bellevue to remember Bill. A Patriot Guard of more than 100 flag-flying motorcycles accompanied his funeral procession. Specialist Bailey earned several military awards, including the Purple Heart, the Bronze Star, the Iraqi Campaign Medal, and the Combat Action Badge. Bill's brother-in-law, Damian Kazupa, summarized Bill's life. Bill was a wonderful husband, brother, son, father. He dedicated quite a bit of his life to helping other people. He was definitely a go-doer. He will definitely be missed. William Bailey is survived by his mother, Margaret, his wife, Deanna, and their children, Cody, Michaela, Caitlin, Billy, and Logan. Bill Bailey is a true Nebraska hero, and I am honored to tell his story. Thank you, Mr. President. I would yield